Welcome to Disparate Worlds, where an irresistible force meets an immovable object. I'm Mox, and this is Sechari, and we are comparing and contrasting the worlds of Pantheon, Rise of the Fallen, and Ashes of Creation.
At least we're trying to, right, Mox?
We're trying to, when we're not making bad edited videos of my speech.
Hey, now, let me tell you something. That was worth every minute of effort I put into it.
It was
a little rocky. We're a little rehearsed, but it's all right. I'll just edit you out next time, and we'll be better.
Yeah, much better.
Yeah.
Anything without me is exceedingly better.
Yes. Maybe we can actually have Carmen Sandiego join us.
Maybe, yes.
So, yes, hello, friends. Good to have you with us. Yet again, we are back inflicting the internet with our ugly mugs. It is episode 28, and we are back in the saddle, baby.
Yes, with our substandard content.
Yes, we are inflicting them, that is for sure. After we say all that, then I say, hey, please like and subscribe. So I guess that's a good place to put
all that YouTube-y stuff.
Yeah. If you like our diseased content, please be a part of our journey. Like and subscribe for sure. Okay, guys, we have some confessing to do, and you know it. You know this episode has been coming, right? We have been missing for months. Since, is it like September or October, right?
It was late September we last recorded. I didn't see when it released, but it's been a while.
Yeah, I think it was like the 25th. It was right at the end of September, so it's been a minute. And here we are now in July, at the end of July of 2022. Now, suddenly we're back. So we owe everybody an explanation. Honestly, we owed everybody an explanation before, and we did not deliver one, and for that we are sorry. Our fans actually, I hate to call them fans, there's got to be a nicer word for them than that. I mean, who wants to be a fan of our stuff?
Right. I don't know. We'll have to think about that. Maybe by next,
our friends.
Maybe by next episode we'll have a description of them that's apropos.
Yes.
Oh, look, the French word.
Yes. Yeah, and I thought I was the verbose one, huh? Yeah, we're switching roles here, which is probably good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we want to thank you guys, is what we're saying. You came after us. We had people hitting us up in Discord. We had people, I got private messaged on Twitter, like, where are you people? So we owed you an explanation and didn't have one out there, and we are sorry for that. So what we thought we would do this episode is take a few minutes, just kind of describe the journey. All right, what have we been up to? What's been going on since September? How did it all go for us? And then lay out some plans for the future of our channel. We are, again, trying to get back in the saddle.
Yeah.
What does that look like? All right, we're gonna make some format changes, and we'll fill you in on those.
Righto. That's
the plan.
Well, on my end, the big news is I've moved. I think that this is the second time, actually, since we've launched, which is ironic since we've only, did episodes for about a year before that. But I was living with some friends, and now I've got my own place. So you can see I have a new background, new setup. I actually have civilized internet now. I was on radio internet, which everybody looks at me funny when I say that, but is super archaic. But it's considered high speed, but even though it's really not. So
and then you had to upload these like 4 gigabyte files.
Yeah, I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna upload and go to bed, and it was there in the morning for you. So now I've got I have gigabit internet, fiber, so it's like super high, up and down. I may even start streaming again. I have kind of pondered that. Once I kind of get fully settled into a routine here on my own, I'm thinking about doing that as well. So keep an eye out for that. That may be coming in the near future.
Absolutely. Oh, let's throw out a note also about your voids. The fact that you have two voids running around.
I've got cats. I've had the cats, but I used to keep them kind of segregated when we recorded, but they're just roaming around, and we actually even had to redo a segment because they were like banging cabinet doors.
Right.
So yay.
Voids, people, they're pitch black. So
they're house panthers.
Eyes. Yes. It's just evil incarnate, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
what do you expect? So anything new on your end, sir?
What's new on my end?
Actually, I have news about you on your end.
Okay.
What are you doing next Tuesday morning?
Oh yes, I pledging allegiance is probably what I'm doing.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I have been a South African citizen for all of the time that I've been living in the U.S. as a permanent resident. They have been nice enough to keep me and not export me back to my country. So it's been great. It's been awesome, but I bit the bullet and actually paid the fee, right, and went through the process to get all that done. So I imagine probably as of before we even put the next episode out, I will be an American citizen.
So congratulations.
And then you're stuck with me.
You joke about it, but I know this is something that you have been very serious about and pursuing over time. So congratulations on passing the test and the interview and all that stuff.
Yes, you have to know what the Mayflower is. And I'm pretty sure
they're a moving company, right?
Right. Well, I'm moving. Yeah, essentially. Well, I'm pretty sure that most Americans can answer all those questions on that test. There's enough about civics and history there that, like name however many wars that happened in the 1800s, right? I mean, how many people can do that? So a lot of fun.
It's even something as simple as who's the vice president. Like, people would be like, oh, yeah.
Name 3 of the Supreme Court justices. Can you do that, right?
Right.
So,
it's
complicated.
Awesome,
yeah.
Well, hopefully
now, fortunately,
you won't. I know you have a passion for history and such, so I know you won't lose it like the average person probably would. So that's awesome.
Yeah. I went through it. It was fine enough, right? It was more the questions that are more harrowing are have you been a member of any terrorist organization? Oh, well, of course not. Well, have you been a member of a club? I'm like, what does that mean? Like a chess club, right? Because yes. Can you please define that? So I was in a guild. Does that count?
Yeah, exactly.
They don't want to know about that.
They do not.
Speaking of, we left everybody in September, right? We just went dark.
Right.
We had begun to dip our toes in the water of New World.
Yes.
And we had started a guild, and it was a big collaborative effort. If you all recall this, right? We were working with Kid Lee and the Pantheon Plus folks, right? Nathan Napalm. There's a bunch of people that were in on this thing, right? And all of their communities. We put this thing together. 150 people, I want to say, really at the height of the effort.
Right, across 2 guilds.
Across 2 guilds, because at launch, New World only allowed, I don't know what they're doing now, but only allowed 100 members per guild, and we had far more than that, right? So it was a complicated endeavor, keeping the whole thing together, having everybody there, scaling up, scaling down, all those things. A rocky launch. We got through that. Boy, it was an effort. It took 100% of my time and effort. And really, and we'll talk in a second kind of about where we were in the content creation cycle, right, with Pantheon and Ashes, but it was just a good time to focus on something different, right? And that guild was what did it, right?
Right.
So we did. It was great. It was a lot of fun. I put about as much effort as I could into it, and found that at the end of it, it really wasn't going to be my cup of tea. I mean, I enjoyed the leveling process. It was great, a lot of fun, but just once you get to end game and I had enough problems with it, I think, to where I thought it was time for me just to bow out. So I posted my diatribe in our Discord.
Right.
When poor Darth Revan asked, he was like, "Hey, I'm loading this game up. I'd love to see you guys in there." I was like, "Here's why I'm not playing that game." I may have hit the poor guy with a lot of content he probably hadn't asked for, especially when he was excited about it, right? So,
and I left the game much earlier than you. I think maybe about 6 weeks to 2 months before you did. And for a whole other list of reasons. So it's a shame because the game had promise, and it definitely failed and kept failing, and then there were just some mechanics, I guess, that were just endemic to the game.
It was game design decisions.
Exactly.
I think that were really, and then when you have a very competitive culture, that kind of compounds some of that, right? So we won't go into the reasons.
Right.
I have them. Get on our Discord. You can find it in the general channel. They are there. They are at least my reasons, right? There are multitudes. So if you care to chase that down, join us, and for sure.
So we had the New World was issue, like, kind of pulled us away and redirect our focus. We had there was kind of a lull in content where, yes, there was news coming out from the studios, but it wasn't anything that was like breaking news. It was kind of like Pantheon's in HDRP, so and we kind of heard that over the course of several months, which was necessary and fantastic. They were doing it. They were explaining what was going on. They didn't just go dark. They did it right.
Not like us.
Yeah. And then you also had Ashes, which was in their post Alpha 1 time. So again, yes, they were having their monthly streams, but like to me more so than you, it seemed like it was about here's the pretty art, here's the new mount you can buy this month if you're a backer and want to get that. So it kind of lost like the hey, here's something new, or hey, we got $2.4 million worth of backing. Those sorts of news bits weren't out there.
And you know what? I'll give it to you. I think Pantheon does a lot better talking about their funding, right, and talking about the technical aspects of their creation, right?
In Ash's defense, though, their funding is Steven opens up his checkbook.
Right. Yeah. I mean, so yeah, they have some. Yeah. There are some differences, obviously, and that makes sense, right? But I mean, like, I'm just, I'm thinking more about how Pantheon was showing us workflows.
Right. Oh yeah.
Right? Like, in their how NPCs make decisions about how to fight you.
Yeah.
Right? About how to work together in order to defeat you, right? And the encounter gets a lot more complicated when. Right, that is cool stuff. I actually enjoy digging deep into the technical side of things.
Right.
That's the side that a lot of game developers don't give audiences. They show the eye candy, right? And it's fine to see the eye candy. Here's what cool things are coming. Here's the new art. Here's what's hitting the store. Yes, I mean, there's a very customer-facing aspect of that, but I like to see those workflows, right?
Yeah.
And the design, and decisions and what they're struggling with, trying to come up with cool things.
100%.
Anyway,
I agree. Yeah. So all of that stuff, coupled with the way we used to do our episodes, they were very labor intensive for Sechari, as far as the post production. We would record, and then he would have like 3 days worth of editing he was doing because we were focused on quality. And that was one thing everybody said about our episodes was these are really high quality episodes. You guys put together a really good show, but that came at a cost, and that is a little bit of burnout from on Sechari's side.
Yes, I had to pluck Mox's eyebrows every episode in post-production.
And yes, it's when you're the star, you expect certain things.
I had to Photoshop him, right, and give him a smile.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, no, there's some work absolutely involved in it, right? And somebody's got to do it in order to get a quality episode out there. Right. So it was labor intensive, not only for us but also for you. Because we were putting 45-minute beasts out there, right? Hour-long beasts.
Right.
Yeah.
And there still may be times when we do that. However,
yeah. So, however,
I was trying to segue to you,
making
but I failed miserably. Tell us about the new format.
Oh yeah, 15 minutes is going to be our goal. Just kind of a bite. What we're going to do is just touch on something, really, whatever the highlight is. If there is something to comment on, if there's nothing to comment on, we're not going to put a video out there unless we've got something to say.
Right.
So we're going to be a little less to a content cycle, and more. If there's something out there, we'll put it. We'll comment on it. That's newsworthy enough, and we'll try to keep it bite-sized. And also, we kind of graduated to this previously. Have an episode about one of the games, so that if you care only about one of the games, you only have to follow watch those episodes, right? If you don't care about Pantheon, for instance, Ashes of Creation is your jam, then you can tune into our Ashes of Creation episodes.
Right.
And this, sometimes we'll do the comparing and contrasting. I think that's half the fun here as well.
Right, absolutely. And I think we will. I don't even think sometimes. We definitely will have those still, especially as we get updates on races and classes and things of that nature. So do look forward to those, because that is the heart and soul of, chocolate and my peanut butter and my chocolate kind of thing that we started off with.
Yeah. The more I think about that, the grosser it gets. So, yes. Right. So, yes. Yes. Throughout all of our episodes, we will still have that. It is who we are, and I agree.
Yeah.
But we'll try to focus, on the news so that the information is fresh.
Exactly.
And we're not boring anybody. So.
Exactly. We want to be fresh and like lemon fresh.
Yes. Like lemon pledge. All right.
All right.
So
check us out on our social media: Facebook.com/Disparate Worlds, Twitter @Disparate Worlds, our website disparateworlds.org, and in addition to our website and in the description below is a link to our Discord. We are still on there. Please hop over there. We promise we will be more attentive to it, and
Right.
you are our fans.
our followers,
Yes.
our friends. There's an F word in there that describes everybody. But anyway, so yes, yeah, we definitely appreciate you. We want you to know that those of you, especially who chased us down and said, "Don't stop," we appreciate.
Definitely.
Much love to you.
Yeah.
So that's it. Thanks for watching and joining us this episode. Do the comment thing. We'd love to hear from you. How are you doing? Let us know. Like and subscribe, of course. Hit the notification bell because that's always important. That way you will not miss upcoming content that we post.
Yep.
All of that said, take care of yourselves. Remember always to be immovable in your principles and irresistible in your passion.